What is up, you guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Isabel and I would love it if you would subscribe. In today's video, as you can tell by the title, we are going over the 5 steps you need to follow to create your 2024 vision board. I have been making vision boards for the past 2 years, and at first I wouldn't make them like the years before because I thought it was too hard, but it is so easy. So if you're not sure where to start, or if you just need a little bit of inspo, then stay right there. We're gonna get into how to make a vision board, and in only 5 steps. Super easy and super quick. You'll see. You'll always make a new vision board at the end of each year from now on. Okay, so the first step is to look back on the past year. I feel like this step is very important because it helps you establish what you accomplished in the last year and what you would have loved to accomplish. It also brings you to a different question. The things that you did want to accomplish that you didn't, were those within or outside of your control? And I feel like that's a good way to establish what you'll need to do in the next year, if those are still your goals, to make them happen. If you did have a vision board, then you would ask yourself the same questions. What were my goals last year? What did I accomplish? And why did I or did I not accomplish my goals? This is the easiest way to determine if you're just not believing in yourself, or if there are things that were outside of your control that happen, because that stuff happens, and if you're okay with that. Sometimes in the past, for me, I've had things on my vision board that I didn't make happen, and I was very much okay with that by the end of the year, because you do grow in a year and you're not necessarily the same person you were at the beginning of the year versus the person you are at the end of the year, which is why it's important to revisit your goals at the end of the year. And I would also recommend revisiting your goals every month to see what your goals are, and if you've changed, or if your opinions have changed, if you yourself are in a different phase of your life that you never expected to be in, and that might be because of one of your other goals that you've established already. So step number 1 is pretty easy, but it's a lot of self-reflection. So very important. I think no one should skip this step. It is very important. All right, step number 2 is to determine what goals you want to accomplish in 2024, or in the next year. The first thing I would recommend doing is maybe writing down everything that you would like to accomplish, what your goals are, what you want to prioritize in 2024, and then from there determine how many goals is enough for you. Because I've done years where I've done so many different goals, and that was just way too much for me. I think 2020 I did 20 goals, and that was way too much for me. I could not handle that at all, and like revisiting my goals at the end of the year, I wasn't too satisfied with the results. So make sure you know the amount of goals that you can accomplish, and like a realistic amount of goals. Like, be very realistic with yourself. You don't need to put everything on there, and some things that you might not even put on your list will happen because of other things that you have on your list. So don't be too bothered with that, and be very realistic with the goals that you want to accomplish. And also, like, believe in yourself. That is like the most important part. And again, write them down. I would say, like, make a separate list with the goals that you've determined are the goals that you want to work on in the next year. Like, I have my own list. I have 6 of them, and that's what I'm sticking with for the next year. And they're very general goals. They're not specific goals, like, for example, go on a walk every single day. It's just be a healthy version of myself, like continue being a healthy version of myself. That's like what my goal is. It's not too specific, it's very general, and that's personally what I prefer for myself. But you can also do subcategories. So you could start by making your main categories and then indicating in those what you mean by those categories. I did that last year, and I like that a lot. I think that's a great way to see how you're going to accomplish your goals. So that's a very good thing that you could do. Write your goals and then make like little subcategories of how you're gonna make those goals come to life. Step number 3 is when we get into the really fun, creative things. You're gonna be creating your 2024 vision board on Pinterest. I've already done that, and I've been adding pictures in it ever since I started it, and I'm so excited. I keep going through them again and seeing like what I have already. And the way that I find the pictures that make my vision board come to life and make it really aesthetic is I'll use like one of the words from my goals. So let's go with healthy version of myself, or healthy lifestyle. I'll put in healthy lifestyle aesthetic. I feel like that's the best way to find the best pictures for your vision board. It'll give you the most aesthetic pictures, and they have them for all different styles. I'm noticing for 2024, I'm thinking my vision board is going to be more on the darker side, because I'm taking a lot of darker pictures. Like, I'm saving a lot of darker pictures, whereas in 2022, it was very colorful and bright, and last year was kind of a mix. Like this year technically for 2023 it's kind of a mix. It's kind of dark, but it still has color, and then I'm seeing that for 2024 it's mostly just dark, and I really like that a lot. I love that aesthetic for 2024. So once you start having a good amount of pictures, this brings us into step number 4. You're going to start downloading them and just like onto your computer. I personally prefer doing everything on my computer, but if you want to do it on your phone and download them on your phone, it's just a personal preference at this point. So you'll want to download them all onto your laptop or your phone, and as you download more or save more on your Pinterest board, then you want to download more onto your phone or computer. And then from there, you're going to add them into a vision board app or like collage app. Personally, I use PicMonkey. I know you can use Canvas as well. I don't know all of them, so definitely use the one that works for you, but I use PicMonkey and it works perfectly. It has the perfect size for my laptop and it has the perfect size for my cell phone. And then from there, once you've picked which app you're going to be using or which platform you're going to be using, then you're going to start downloading all the pictures that you have on your phone or on your laptop onto that app. And from there, you can start creating your collage, which is step number 5. You're going to start creating your collage. So you're going to add them all in, and that's where you're going to establish what kind of collage you want. Personally, I like a very messy collage with pictures everywhere and anywhere. I really don't care. And what I love to do is I add the year right in the middle of my vision board. I'll put in 2022, 2023, 2024 for next year. So that's what I like to do. So I just go in, and sometimes I'll download it and realize that there's something off about it. I'll take it back out and then I'll re-download it with a few things moved around. So from there, what I would recommend is playing around with it until you are 100% satisfied. I have so many versions of my 2022 or 2023 vision board, and probably 2022 as well, on PicMonkey because I played around with it so much. So those are the 5 steps that I would recommend following. Also, if I cut off at some point in the clip right before, I'm so sorry. I had my camera didn't have any more room in it, so I had to delete some footage. So if I didn't finish talking in the last little clip, I'm so sorry. But those were the 5 steps that I would recommend following to be able to create that vision board and have an effective vision board, which is the goal here. You don't want to have an ineffective vision board. You want it to be effective. You want to look back on it at the end of the year and be like, oh my god, I can't believe these things happened in the last year and they're all on my vision board. And I swear by this, you guys, it works. I'm going over my vision board for 2023, and I've talked about this in a previous video. So many things happened that I did not expect would actually happen. I just kind of put some images on my vision board thinking like it could happen, but I don't know that it would, but I was manifesting it, and so many things happened. You'd be surprised. Like, honestly, if you believe in yourself, you can make it happen. Just remember that. And so now that we've gone through the 5 steps, I do have some recommendations, and more so for the last step. So personally, I love having my background, like my vision board, as a background for my laptop and my phone. I have it there as a reminder all year long of my goals, and I just love the aesthetic of it being my background on my phone and on my laptop. I love opening my laptop, especially those first few days and weeks when you've just changed it. It's so fun, and then when you start making a new one, it's so fun to see that that's going to be your new background for the next year. I feel like sometimes we just keep the same backgrounds for so long, and I like changing mine up every year. That being said, I'm someone who will switch out my vision board on my laptop and on my phone on the 1st. So like, for example, last year we were at a cottage on the 31st and 1st, so I changed my vision board on my phone on the 1st because, or I think on the 31st when we were going up there, because I had the time to download it, and I switched it on the 31st, and then my laptop I did it on the 1st. I love having it for the entire year. That's just a recommendation. You do not need to do this. If you want to make your vision board right now and switch it out right now, go ahead, do it. I just prefer having mine up for the entire year, and I do put a lot of work into it, so I really want to enjoy it to the last moment. And it is an emotional moment for me when I do switch it out, because it's like closing the chapter of that year and reopening a new chapter. So I really like that moment when I switch it, and I like it to be on either the last day of the year or the first day of the year. I feel like that's what I prefer, but of course you do you. I know a lot of people are doing their vision boards right now and they're putting them up, and I'm really jealous, but I'm also stubborn and I'm gonna wait until the last day of the year before I switch mine. Also, start it now. Just start it right now, because it'll allow you to make the modifications that you want to make on your vision board without being rushed. I feel like there was one year where I like completely forgot to make my vision board, and 2 days before the end of the year I was there rushing to make my vision board, and it was like a mess at first. I did it and I'm very glad that I did, but it was a mess. I was rushing to do it, rushing to find my pictures, and if you start right now, you have so much time. Like by the time you guys are seeing this video, you still have like over 2 weeks to make your vision board. So I would definitely recommend you guys give yourself the time, start it right now, and then start putting it up on your PicMonkey or on Canvas, whichever platform you want to use, and move your things around. That's one thing that I do a lot, is I'll move a lot of the things around, and then I am always 100% satisfied at the end, because I didn't just go with the first thing that I wanted. And I'm always very happy with the outcome, because I do put in a lot of time and a lot of work into it, and I feel like the amount of time and work and effort you'll put into it will show in your next year. I feel that's how I feel about that. But yeah, it's a lot of fun to make a vision board. It is worth it. I definitely recommend. If you have any further questions, if I didn't elaborate enough on certain things, please leave me a comment down below and I will answer. Also, don't mind my cat. I feel like she's always crazy in the background of my videos lately. She's in her own little world. But yeah, leave me a comment down below if you have any further questions. I will be answering all of your comments, and I love you guys, and I hope you guys have a wonderful end of the year. I am going to be posting more videos, but this is making me so nostalgic. Like, I can't believe the year is already like over. Like, that is crazy. So I hope you guys have a wonderful holiday season, a wonderful end of the year, and I hope that all your dreams and wishes come true in 2024. Make the vision board. It is worth it, you guys. You will thank yourselves at the end of 2024. Anyways, I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys. But I was my own soulmate. It's like I forgot I was fine, let you treat me any kind of way. Now I'm free, you gotta celebrate. You couldn't see everything and stay.